The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Wow, Bob, we've got our own jingle now. We getting big time here. We got our own jingle here on the world famous Butch and Bob Show. All right, appreciate Jonathan putting that together for us there. Oh, it just died on me. It just gone away. Our own jingle for the Butch and Bob. It's about time. We've only been doing this, since 96?
Been a while.
All right, world famous Butch and Bob Show. Good morning. You're listening to WIFO FM in Jesup 105.5 on your FM dial. Now time for the world famous Butch and Bob Show. Brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup, Wolf Animal Hospital on West Cherry Street, by the Women's Health Center downtown Jesup on Cherry at Broad Street, and by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear. Bob, you seem a little tired this morning.
I'm tired.
You just seem tired. Jonathan asking you questions, you just sitting there and look at them like,
Just trying to figure out when my phone battery is down to 45%. It's just this morning. That's all I'm trying. He said I need a new battery. So
you need a new battery? Would you charge it up last night?
Yeah, charge it up every night.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right.
From 100% down to 45%. Something's wrong.
So how long have you had that phone? You're not supposed to charge it up all night long at 100%. That'll wear your battery down. You're supposed to get it up to like 80, 90% and then unplug it. And then
if you're asleep, how do you do that?
You just charge it up another time of the day, I guess. I know, I feel the same way, Bob. Like if you're asleep, how you can pull that thing out? I don't know. Just charge it up at night or something like that.
Perplexing.
Yeah, just one of them things. But we do have guests in the studio this morning here on the world famous Butch and Bob Show. Who do we have, Bob?
We got the head boys track coach and football coach Mike Warden and Holly Davidson Lane. Where do you want to start? You want to start with the school board meeting, the big debate, or what do you want? I'm not sure.
Whatever you want. I'm the guest, man.
You're the guest. Fire away with those questions, Bob.
Let's talk about the board talked about the track. This East Bloss put money in for the track, which is good news. Something that we've been talking about for years is desperately needed.
Right.
But the big mystery is where it's going to go.
Right.
It's going to go at JC Stadium and push the bleachers back and put it there, or they put it at the high school. It was an interesting conversation Tuesday. It's good to see you at the board meeting expressing your opinion. So I'll just let you express your opinion here on the show. Where'd you like to see the track?
Well, first of all, I want to thank the community for voting on the SPLOS and passing it. I know it's a lot more to do with just the track, but our track is in shambles. It's bad. At the board meeting, every member of the board agreed that we need a new track. Even yesterday at track practice, Sharon Daniel and Joe McPippin came out there and they looked at the track, observed it. So everybody agrees we need a track. Okay, even Dr. Brinson, he agrees we need a track, but we just don't know where we're going to put it. Right now, it's either going to be at the football stadium or at the school. At the meeting, I said that if we're going to do this, if we're looking at the track team, what's best for the track team, the football stadium is where it needs to go. I think 90% of the schools that we go to, the track is at the football stadium.
Well, that's what someone mentioned to me the other day. Says according to what the purpose of the track is.
Right.
You got this. What is the purpose of the track? If the purpose of the track of getting a new track is for the track teams and for any level, and is it to hosting events? Because we haven't been able to host track events for a long time. If the track is for the track team and hosting events in town with other track teams coming in like the old days, then the smartest decision is at JC Stadium.
Where there's already a track, there's already bleachers, there's concessions, gate, parking, handicap
if the track is for PE classes, then you put it at the high school. So it's according to what the vision and what the purpose of the track is. This is what someone was kind of trying to explain to me the other day when they were, we're talking about that debate.
Right.
He said, the football field is for the football team, and it's over there. The baseball field is for the baseball team. It's over there. Soccer field, softball field. So if the track is for the track team and hosting events, then the high school, the football field makes the best sense.
Right.
If it's for PE classes, then you put it over at the school. So that's That's why and that kind of explained it to me. On what is the purpose of the track?
Right. I mean, I teach PE at the high school, so
I don't think it's just all about what's. It comes down to economics.
Right.
That's what it's come down to. I mean, the East Block has so much money for a track. They don't have money for lights. They don't have money for concessions. They don't have money for parking. They don't have money for all that stuff. All that's going to be additional cost. So that's what it comes down to. What's economically feasible?
Yeah, and that's part of it.
That's the most important thing because it comes down to money.
Right.
But like I said, I'll say it to everybody. Years ago when they built the high school, all that land across the school was for a football field, baseball field, softball field. They're supposed to build the Taj Mahal, but no, we cut costs. We're not going to do that. We're going to build it in the future. Well, I'm 60 years old this September, and I promise if I live to 100, I'm never going to see a new stadium, new baseball field, new softball. You can forget all that. That's a pipe dream. So if you're going to have the stadium that you currently have, it makes sense to go in and spend that money, put the track there, improve the bleachers, make that facility last for the next 40, 50 years, because that's what you're going to live with for the next 40, 50 years at JC Stadium.
Right.
So,
the
proposal was the guy came in and said you can put the 8-lane track in there, make it a great facility, push the home bleachers back. So,
right.
And to me, that's what it comes down to is economic cost. I just thought it was interesting, the conversation. Sharon Daniels is the one beating the drum for it at the high school, and she was adamant it's going to be at the high school, and Bruce Harris looked and says, well, I think you got as many votes as I do. It's going to come down to a vote of the board. So I thought it was smart on Bruce Harris's part and Joe McPickton, who just got there, to go back and study the whole issue and decide what's best economically, what's best for the school, what's best for the team, everything.
Right. Well, Sharon Daniels she's a former, I'm looking at our records right here. She has a record still set in 1983, 100-meter hurdles. She coaches track. She knows track. She's very passionate about track. You can look at her and tell she's still an athlete. And our board, I'm very thankful that they tabled it to the next board meeting because Coach McPipkin and Mr. Harris said, we weren't here originally
when all this was taking
when the
place.
blueprints were here. Let's table it. Let's make the best decision. I think that was a great decision. I'm glad they didn't just vote on it right now, but.
That's the question people ask. Is there a blueprint already in place that says as far as the stadium?
There's a blueprint. I don't know about the stadium, but I've seen the plans for the track at the school. It's on the second practice field. It's nice. It's nice plans. I saw it. Me and Coach Creel went up to a board meeting. I think I saw you at it whenever I went. But it's going to be a nice track, but it's just. I don't think there were lights, concession stands, gates, parking. There's just other stuff. Right.
All that wouldn't be there, I guess.
Well, I said it'll be interesting to see. They did state emphatically that a decision will be made at the next board meeting. So it'll be interesting to see what the two new board members decide, because I guess their votes will be crucial on where it goes.
Oh, yeah.
So
here's a question I put to Bob the other day. Where are you going to do the field events? If it's going to be at the high school, I know where the field events were when I ran the 1 and 2 mile for Wayne County High School from '68 to '72. Right. They were right there on the football field. Okay, but where would the field events be? The shot put, the discus, the long jump, the high jump, the triple jump, pole vault. Where's all that going to be?
That's going to be, the long jump, triple jump, shot, and disc is all going to be inside the track if you do it at the school. Pole vault will be outside. But that's a question we got to ask about the stadium too.
That's what I'm talking about, the stadium.
All right.
At the stadium, where would all that be?
The shot put is by the visitor bleachers right now, in between the visitor bleachers
where it's
and the
always
concession
been.
stand. Right,
Yeah.
And that's fine. You're going to have to move the long jump. And another thing, if you notice, if you walk into JC Stadium, if you're a visitor, you're walking onto the track.
Right.
So we will have to move that entrance because we can't have people walking in on top of our track meet. So we have to move that gate. I actually came to a track meet 95 here. Saw Champ Bailey high jump. He high jumped where the band bleachers are now.
That's where it was when I went to Wayne County High School.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to look at where's the high jump going to go. Right now it's in between the home concession stand and the home bleachers, which is there'll be people walking to the concession stand over the high jump mat. The pole vault right now is actually where our 100-meter start should be. So I'm all for having a stadium, but we need to look at where we're going to put stuff. We may have to use the back end, the scoreboard end of the football field.
Okay. I was just wanting to know where the field events would be. I know where they were when I went to Wayne County High School,
Right.
around the field. Back when it was a clay track.
Right.
You have a lot of empty space behind the home side concession stand too.
That's right. We can do
Okay,
stuff
so
back there.
there's places there that y'all feel that the field events could be put.
But
Right.
there's definitely not going to
Okay.
be any home track meets this year. That track
well-
conditioned is.
Well, that's a good question.
How
We're
do you
actually
pra-
gonna
how do
have-
you, my question is, how do you practice on that without somebody not breaking their leg? I mean,
Good coaching.
that thing is a mess.
we're actually going.
Follow me, players.
We're actually going to have a home track meet. We're calling it the first annual Wayne County Runoff. It's going to be Arthur Williams, Martha Puckett, and us. It's kind of a practice meet, but I want to showcase what these kids can do
All right.
for the community. Because I don't know when the last time we've had a home track meet. It was actually Holly's idea, but it's going to be free to the public.
But we will accept donations at the gate with a smile on our faces.
We're going to have concessions. We're going to have all the events. It's going to be exciting. I want the community to see these kids. I mean, I think track's
They're
kind
amazing.
of been pushed aside. We got 80 kids right now on track team. I mean, I don't know when the last time we've had 80 kids.
Yeah, it used to be pretty. We had good track teams in the past. We had good attendance out there. There'd be a lot of folks on the home
Right.
side in the stands.
I mean, these kids are working. They're great athletes. They're great kids. Like last year, we set 5 school records. I mean, I got the records in front of me. We have records from 1971 on here. We set 5 last year. So we have talented kids, great kids. I want the community to see their talents,
Right.
how hard they've been working. They deserve it.
I agree.
The main reason you're here is to talk about fundraising events for the track program.
Right.
So, what all do you have?
Well, I got my top assistant here.
Your top assistant.
Look, I am so honored to have Holly on our side. I coach football. She does a lot for a Touchdown Club, and for her to help with track's been phenomenal. Helps having a local person here helping. I'm new. I feel at home, but I'm still new. She knows a lot of people, knows how to raise money.
So our exhibition meet, Coach Ward and I were having a conversation, and I told him I don't know anything about track. I have never been to a track meet. And I said, I'm not the only person in town who's never been to a track meet. And we came up with the idea to do an exhibition meet. So right now I'm selling corporate sponsorships. I've got 3. I've got 2 more spots. So if anybody wants one of the corporate sponsorships, you can call my cell phone, 912-424-7206. We will be accepting donations at the gate, but this event is free. We just want butts in the seats of the bleachers to see these kids. You'll get to see Treg Patterson do his high jump, and he will win region. I mean, he absolutely will. You'll get to see our pole vaulters. JT Brinson, what did he jump the other day?
He's going to be a 10-foot jumper at
Yeah.
least.
He was the no core challenge. These kids are having a blast at practice, and I go every single day now because it is so much fun to watch these kids. And at the end of their practice, Coach Ward has a no core challenge for them. And it's always something that's just past what they attain during practice. And so JT touched the bar, which is a rope right now. So they had to do core the other day, but Treg jumped 5'10" on his first day of practice. These kids are talented. They have a heart like you cannot believe. And I asked Coach Ward when we were out there at practice at the first day, I said, don't these kids need like track shoes? Because they were out there running. One kid's running with socks on because he left his shoes at home. And he said, yeah, but they're kind of expensive. I said, well, that's a little unacceptable that our kids don't have what everybody else has. And so I have been challenged, and everybody that knows me knows it's not a good idea to challenge me because you will go down every time. I have been challenged to raise...
Confident woman.
Yeah. I have been challenged to raise $8,000 for the track program so that our kids have warm-ups, track spikes, bags, so that when they get off the bus at these track meets, people know that we're the best team there, and we are absolutely going to look like the best team there, without question, head to toe.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That's what we're working on. Student Council is going to partner with us in a couple of weeks and do a lip sync challenge. And I believe that Coach Ward will be heading off against Brett McDaniel.
So
Congratulations, McDaniel.
I'm undefeated in lip sync contest.
You are.
Lip sync, yep.
Have you ever participated
Never
in it
have.
before?
Never have.
That's undefeated.
That's right.
You
got your song picked
Will
out?
probably help you.
Yeah, I'll get some coaching from her.
you got your song picked out, Coach Ward?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
Probably Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice?
Baby.
Oh, you can do
Yeah.
Ice
Bob went
Ice
to the
Baby?
concert. See, Mike can help me out.
Okay.
But Saturday, we had about 13 of the track kids because we gave them late notice. We spent the afternoon at Sonic, and we raised $500 at Sonic. Just these kids working. A lot of people made them dance for the money, but that was okay too. They had a ball.
That's right.
And these kids are excited, and they deserve every chance they have. And so I'm asking community members to help me out with this. Let's do it. Let's give these kids, let's make them look like the winners they are.
Okay.
Yep.
So the fundraiser, once again, this exhibition track meet's going to be when?
February 7th from 4 to 7 o'clock. It'll be
Okay.
at the stadium. Again, there's no charge to get in, but you can give us donations at the gate, and we will smile and thank you for
And what
it.
all schools will be there?
Martha Puckett, Arthur Williams, and Wayne County High School.
Okay,
It's
but-
all the track kids in town.
And they'll be participating in all the events?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is that on a Thursday?
Thursday.
Yes.
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today.
Okay. And so that's a big fundraiser coming up there, and folks can help out with the track team. It's a great program. I know there are some athletes who are not participating in other sports like football at different times of the year. They'll come out for track, and then you've got other folks who are like me. I mean, track is what I did. All right, and
What
and of
events
course,
did you run?
The mile and 2 mile. I held the 2 mile record for 40 years
Here?
until Coach Broadhead's son passed away.
Oh, yeah. Pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to have
Coach
Coach Broadhead still
Broadhead's
helping.
son. When I think when he was a junior, he went past my record.
Yeah, he was a good one.
Yeah, and so, but I held the 2 mile record there for 40 years. I ran with Benji Durden. You're probably familiar with him. He qualified for the 1980s a marathon for the Olympics, but of course we boycotted that, so he wasn't able
That's
to
right.
go. We had Benji Durden come back. Benji was a senior when I was a freshman, so he was kind of my mentor. And he went off to the University of Georgia. And he came back for the when the Olympics were in Atlanta, in Georgia, in 1996. The Olympic torch came through here, and I was chairman of that committee. So we got former athletes from Wayne County who participated or could have participated in the Olympics come back, and of course that was Larson and Durden.
Oh, wow.
And and then of course Benji Durden moved out west and started a track training program. I mean, he stayed with it. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So looking forward to the track team having their own track, having the crowd back out there, having the uniforms they need, the shoes. I did the same thing. The first track meet I ran in at Wayne County High School when I was a freshman, I had tennis shoes on.
Yeah.
And so it's good.
Track spikes are quite expensive, especially for the pole vaulters and high jump and the
Oh, yeah.
distance runners.
Yeah.
So we're going to need a little bit of community help, but I don't doubt at all that these kids will be outfitted head to toe and look phenomenal and be proud of, and Coach Ward can be proud of the product, not just that he has the great athletes, that they look like winners when they step off the bus.
Yeah.
That's right.
How long does it take to build a track? Because that was something I was talking to School Superintendent Jay Brinson, talked about the timeline. You know,
Right.
if they do get it approved, if they do stay at the stadium, if that's the vote,
Right.
that it definitely can't be messing up graduation. So they won't build it before graduation, and then between graduation and the first football game, won't have enough time.
Right.
They said the time to build it would be after the last football game this coming year.
Right.
So
I'm not sure the
I just wonder
exact
how long
timeline.
it
I'm
takes to
thinking
build a track.
6 months maybe. I don't know though, but I think that's a good timeline.
What kind of surface are y'all looking at there? Because you got to have a surface that's pretty durable for
Right.
football crowds to go in and out. Sometimes there's vehicles on it
Right.
around it. What kind of surface are you looking at?
Rubber
Rubber.
surface.
And
And
it'll
a lot
last.
of I was at Effingham whenever we redid Effingham's. They use recycled tires, recycled car tires.
Oh yeah, I remember those tracks like
Pretty
that.
neat, yeah.
But vehicles can ride over them with no problem at all. A lot of
I mean, I don't want vehicles on my track.
You do not want vehicles on the track. Okay, good. We'll keep the vehicles off there.
But I'm sure they can.
And then it'll hold up pretty good. It's good for the joints and the legs and the hips and all that of the runners when they've got a track that gives a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot faster.
Yep. Sure is. So it's going to be good to have that kind of track there at Wayne County High School.
Oh, yeah, it's happening. We just got to find out where we're going to put it.
That's right. One of two places.
That's right.
Bob, other questions or comments for the track coach this morning for Wayne County High?
To see what the vote's going to be. I said it's going to be interesting. I said they're adamant that they're going to make a decision through the next board meeting. So it'll be interesting to see where if you talk to most of the board members, where they,
Yeah.
we know where Sharon Daniel
Right.
is. What about Nick and Ray and talk to those people? What's their?
I've talked with them. I'll let them tell you what they think.
Yeah.
But I just want a track. These kids deserve it. If they put it to school, they put it to school. It's going to be fine either way.
But on record, you'd like to have it at the JC Stadium because it has all the facilities already there. The school superintendent would like to have it there, from what you said, Bob, from that.
That's what he stated
And
Tuesday.
who else? You had three people. And the
I think Ray wants it there. I think Ray thinks the proposal,
Ray.
Davidson.
Okay.
Haven't heard Nick really weigh in. Haven't heard. The rest of the two new board members haven't really. They said they just got there, so they're just trying to get all the information.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how the vote goes.
We have a great board, smart board. Wherever they put it, it's going to be the right decision.
Okay. And wherever it is, you'll have the track team ready to go.
That's right. We're ready.
They'll be ready where they're at right now.
Just make sure no one breaks their leg on this current track, because that's a disaster. I mean,
We were going to invite another track team, and then we were standing in the green room like, well, you know what? I don't want to get the school.
See, that's still another story too. They spent money on that, and that company was supposed to be good, but I hadn't heard where that's at. But they pretty much took our money and ran away.
That's the word on the street.
I mean, it's just sad that. I mean, anybody who's been. I suggest you go by and look how bad it is. I don't see how you're going to run on that thing.
It's a nightmare.
It's got to be. I just worried somebody's going to trip and fall. And I mean, walking, I feel like I'm going to trip and fall. I mean, that thing's just tore up. I mean, it's ugly. It's what it is. It's just sad.
Okay.
I appreciate you coming in. Looks like when's the first track meet?
February 14th at Liberty County.
At Liberty County.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, tell us about this year's track team for Wayne County High School. Who are some of the top athletes that we should be looking out for to set some records, win some first or second places?
All right. Well, last year, we had a phenomenal track team. I had a kid last year, Tyree Simpson, never ran track before, never pole. We had never had pole. We had pole vault. I think it's been about 10 years. This kid came out and won sectionals, placed at state. He was a senior. Hated losing him, but I got another kid, J.T. Brinson. He came out of nowhere. Same situation as Tyrese. Never ran track before. Never pole vaulted, but he is just natural. I mean, I don't know if he climbed trees a lot growing up or what. He's got a little craziness, but he is. I mean, it's phenomenal. He's been pole vaulting 1 week.
Wow.
And just
he's good.
Just natural with it,
exciting.
huh?
Yes. Holly mentioned Treg Patterson. He's a great jumper. Trevin. What's Trevin's last name?
Hines.
No, not Trevin Hines. Trevin
Wallace.
Trevin Wallace. Trevin Wallace. This is very interesting. Lindsey Scott has our long jump record in school, set in 1976. Everybody knows Lindsey Scott.
Yeah, everybody knows Lindsey.
Run, Lindsey, run.
Yeah.
Trevin Wallace, as a freshman, was 4 inches off of breaking his record as a freshman now.
Wow.
So he is going to be very special. I remember hearing about him as an 8th grader. But he can long jump, he can high jump, he can triple jump. He's a sprinter, great receiver for us. I mean, he's a great athlete. I got Kivionte Nix, kids call him Cooney. He has a school record of 400. I actually said as a 10th grader. He's broken
quick.
every year. He can go. Our girls team, Hannah Wise, Todd Wise is a community coach, his daughter. I have a girl that runs at Mercer, Marina Van Sickle, from my previous school. And Hannah is faster than her right now was last year as a 10th grader. So Hannah's going to be a junior this year. She's one of the best girl runners I've ever had.
Okay. 2
mile, 1 mile. So she'll be exciting to watch. Arabia Easley, she plans to break Sharon Daniels' hurdle record.
She's got a goal. Huh?
Yeah, she does. She's got a goal. But I got a girl. I actually stole her from my wife. She's competition cheerleader, Lauren Cantrell. Broke the school record in the pole vault last year. She's going to be a junior this year. She's back out. So, I mean, we're very excited about this
Very excited.
Very excited.
Yeah, so you're
girls and boys.
You know, I know when I was at Wayne County High School from 68 to 72, we had Coach Woody Chapman there. He had gone to University of South Carolina on a track scholarship. I think it was pole vault. I can't remember what it was. But when we walked to an event, we expected to win. Now, we didn't win every time, but we expected to. And it sounds like y'all kind of got the same kind of talent. When you go into a track meet, you think that you're going to walk away with the overall win, right?
That's right. With anything we do, we're going to win it.
You're going to win it, okay?
Right.
Here's a challenge right here that came in here. Text in. People can text in stuff to us here at our main business line. It's text enabled, 912-427-3711. Someone just texted, and I don't know, you know, I know you're not taking challenges at this fundraiser event, but somebody, I guess, wanted to do a challenge. It says the local chapter of the Georgia High School Association wrestling officials. We say wrestling down here. We don't say wrestling, okay? Right. The local chapter of the GHSA wrestling officials would like to publicly challenge the Wayne County wrestling team to compete Friday, February 7th against the track team. $50 donation for every event won by a wrestler.
I'll do it. Only if Coach Poinsett wears a Speedo. That's the only way I'm doing it.
They said give the coach this this number to the coach or assistant to call for details. I'll give it to you when we get off the air, okay?
Gotcha.
I don't know
What
if
you think, Bob?
I don't think anybody will see him in Speedos now.
I'm trying to get that
Picture out of your mind.
I love Coach Poinsett, but I don't think he wants to be in the
Man.
Speedo.
He won't be in the Speedo.
He might.
He's done a great job. I've enjoyed the wrestling. You know, I said I used to watch wrestling up in Stone Mountain High School. They used to have pep rallies where they closed down the school and everybody.
Right.
But watching those wrestlers, I mean, in the first year, I've been amazed at how
very
good they are.
impressive.
Yeah.
Okay,
he's done a good
and it's
job.
been up. $100 donation if David wears the Speedo.
It's on. Done.
You could just auction points out wearing a Speedo, I
Yeah,
guess.
we need to raise it up. Let's raise
Take
it up.
bids.
Corporate sponsor.
All right. So once again, Holly mentioned this fundraising event for the track team, just in case folks just tuned in here.
February 7th at the JC Stadium from 4 to 7. No charge, but donations will be accepted. We'll have concessions, and we're also working on getting a T-shirt printed up that we will sell for pre-sale.
Okay.
So we're really, really excited, and I would like to see a lot of people out there, and I'm not afraid to start calling people and making them go.
Okay. She's not afraid, folks. And but that's going to be on February 7th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the Wayne County High School track around their JC Stadium.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be an exhibition match with the Arthur Williams, Martha Puckett, and Wayne County High School. So, folks, you'll get to come out in kind of an informal setting there and be able to see the track talent we have in Wayne County High School this year
They are
and the
phenomenal.
upcoming talent from the two middle
right.
schools.
Yep.
And support these kids. They put in a lot of time
That's right.
Yes.
to train for their particular events, whether it's a field event, a speed event, or mid-range 400 or 800, or the longer ones, the mile and the 2 mile, or 1,600 and 3,200 now.
Right.
Someone told me, Butch, he said, you'll always have the 2 mile record. Why? I said, why? Because it's 3,200 now. That's a little bit shorter than the 2 mile. You got the 2 mile. Daniel's got the 3,200. I said, no, I don't look at it that way. It's still 8 times around the lap. It doesn't matter.
That's right.
And Daniel has it.
Right.
But it's great that the track team is doing as well as it has, and I'm sure in the years it'll get better as we get our own facility, can host track meets, and people can get out there to actually see the kids and cheer them on. My basically favorite event to watch is the 4x100 relay.
Oh yeah.
That's
That is. You know, there's so many things that can happen in it,
Right.
you know, that could go wrong and right and stuff like that. And to see that fourth runner kick in those afterburners
That's
there
right.
around that
It's so
curve
much
down the
fun.
straightaway, I love the 4x100.
Yeah, that's a good
That's an
one.
amazing event.
Yeah, that one is a lot of fun to watch.
All right. Anything else, Coach?
That's it.
Holly?
Thanks for having us.
I see it. $8,000. I need y'all's help.
Okay. Bob, any other questions or comments for Coach? All right. Sounds good. All right. Y'all have a good day. World famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Jesup Premium Stores, located out here on the Waycross Highway, by Murphy Builder Supply, located in downtown Jesup on Northeast Broad Street, by the Women's Health Center, located in downtown Jesup on Chariot Broad, and by the Wolf Animal Hospital in West Chariot.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.